Welcome back to Indian Trace. This is going to be completely outstanding. I'm going to try to get through it, but it's overwhelming to me because what you're looking at here, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a little tour of 1 week. It's Saturday, and this is bringing it in from last Saturday. Look at these pieces right here. We're going to get a little quick, I'm going to do a little tour through it. But let me show you this. I've got a lot of great artifacts here. This is included from last Saturday. And there's some great pieces in here too. Scrapers, tools, full points. If I just reach in here, just some great stuff. Look at this. I divided it out for certain reasons and what have you. All this right here this is an awesome scraper right here. Look at that. You just find some great pieces and some core, some pottery. But that's another box right there, and I wanted to give you a look at that just to give you a sort of a grasp, a glimpse of what's going on here in Eastern North Carolina. We're going to take a little tour through this, which is overwhelming. 1 week. I don't get to sit and click all day long. I just don't get to do it. And it's not like they're Easter eggs sitting around. I just have figured out some things, And if you're beginning and if you want to get out there, I can give you some tips. And a lot of you guys have been collecting for years know. Once you learn a little bit and get a little information and knowledge, you can go a long way. Anyway, first of all, take a look at this picture. This is a well-known image of Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce. Just started a book. I love it. I try to get through a lot of books studying pre-Columbian North American Indian history. It's great already. I can tell that this writer is a great writer and has really done his homework and is connected to their bloodline. What a story of Chief Joseph in the Nez Perce War. It's just unforgettable part of history. They're connected to this bloodline here that we love to collect in their artifacts and things that their ancestors needed. So remember this title. You pull it up, pause it, write it down. It's a great read. Just getting into it, but I know it's going to be good. Recommend it. All right, let's get through this thing. This is staggering. I don't even know where to begin. I think I'll probably go from the outside and clockwise around. Some of you will recognize these, and I won't do a whole lot of talking because I want to get some seconds per piece just to give you an idea of what is going on here in North Carolina. If I just pan up, we're looking at a whole table full. And I'm not looking at a successful year. This is just this last week, which is really mind-blowing to me. My same sites, just getting to know them better, and some good stuff going on. I remember this down by the river right here. This was just a fun piece to find. Didn't find a whole lot else. Sugar quartz right here. And I'm just going to go through them. Maybe a couple comments per piece just to give you a close-up of what I've been finding. And you can really get a glimpse of the material. Out at Windy Point, I was able to grab this piece. Now all these, for certain reasons. Now a lot of these are going out the door too. I have selected quite a few of these, which will be for my personal display and what have you. But there's a fair amount here that I'm looking at here that I already know a lot of the fellas out there and a lot of what they like and really appreciate. So I'm going to export some of this and just put it in the hands of some good hearts that support the North American Indian. Now let's take a look at this group of 3. Some stellar stuff right here from Crosslands. Get in good position to see some of this stuff real close up. It's just worth it. Take a little extra time, maybe a little bit longer video. Look at this. Vein quartz. Windy Point. When I make comments with a name like that, that's the site I am referencing it to so I can keep all this stuff in order. Look at this piece right here from High Rise just the other day. I like that piece. Then we go around the top. Let's just take a look at these and go on a little bit of a tour. Now, Eastern North Carolina has blessed me. I just talked to a fellow online and I said, you know, when I moved here, I loved the North American Indians, studied them, had lived with them, the Navajo in New Mexico, and but I had never considered that you could find the artifacts of their ancestors and their bloodline. A couple little LaCroix out here. So it's blown my mind now, you know, after running a lot for about 10 years and now just collecting only for about 3 years, to be able to identify their ancestors and their places that they habitated is really fulfilling. Look at this. Pieces really speak for themselves, so I might get a little quiet as we just go on through, especially when we move to the inner circle, which is crazy. Check out these 3 points. Oh, it just so happens that these 3, where I got them laid out, were found at the same site. Same day. Of course, it's just 1 week of stuff we're looking at here, which I hadn't even sunk into my head yet. I don't even know how to interpret it, to be honest. I just have to move forward, really. Just have to move forward. Look at these outside pieces first. Sugar quartz. I mean, really, I was out there, and when I was finding them, and it was just moving right along. I mean, I was almost crying. It's just staggering. I mean, this stuff and the antiquity of what's on this layout alone is crazy. Three pieces at the bottom. Some of you guys saw this. This is an orange. This gives you good color with this natural light in the afternoon here. This is sugar quartz. Large piece, give you an idea. Here's my finger right here. That was a unique piece as well right there. Thin as can be, right? And here's another great piece from a newer site this week. Just went through there to check it out. It's completely works, not really broken. Nice looking piece though. I like the way those look. Inner outer circle. Alright, these. I'll get them all in. I'll give you a close-up of just the materials and what's going on here. And again, for those of you who are new, and I see new subscribers and shout-outs, this is Eastern North Carolina. This is up from the coast, the Atlantic coast. I'd say a little bit west, a little bit east by some hours. And I guess it was just a great place for them to habitate. Now let's go around clockwise. Just crazy. Look at this piece. I like that piece. Like them all, that's why they're up here on this layout. I mean, these are ones that I am considering display, but I've already known that there's some of these that, you know, they deserve to be in somebody else's hands. Sometimes you just know that, and you know which pieces they are. It just is a good agreement that you strike up, and you know somebody's propensity for a certain material or a certain style, and you just get it going. I mean, they don't stop, do they? We will never catch up with the abundance of this kind of material they used for untold thousands of years. Of course, it ceased in about 1450. They stopped using to 1500. They really stopped using these stone points and making them all together. The European influence brought everything to a screeching standstill. Would you look at these pieces? I mean, craziness. Whew. This was a favorite piece of mine. It's a triangle that is worked off the back, and it has a tapering on the back side of it, so it's really cool. It's just serrated and just a great looking piece. This smoky quartz, many of you saw in the field, so I won't take too long. This natural light and a different look at it might give you a fresh perspective. This was the other day. Actually near my son's soccer complex. Stone's throw. Look at this. Trying to look at my time too, because I just want to be honest to these, and I want to figure out a best way just to honor these people and to put it out there for those who really love artifacts and would like to see a close-up of this stuff. And I suppose if there's some of you that just tune in just for the heck of it, you can always turn it off, right? Look at this piece. We're almost finishing, so I mean, this is crazy. This piece I'm really thankful for. I went back another day at Crosslands, and this piece had been right in my footprint when I hit the mud. I actually stepped on it, and then when it washed it out, it was just sitting there in my footprint. I mean, we step on them and everything. It's just crazy. Here's a favorite piece of mine. Just love those bases like this. This lighting is good, isn't it, for the colors? Just following the circle around. Remember, this Guilford is on film. Just fantastic, right? And the inner circle to finish us up before this thing shuts off. I don't know how long it'll be. But this was found at the Hawk. It's a super piece. And then look at this little triangle. This is, I think, my last video. A recent find, but just give you a good close look up of a fantastic arrowhead. Love it. I don't know if you give a find of the week. I mean, this is an incredible piece right here if you look at it closely. Just a really great piece right there. It's relieved off the back. It's thinner right here where my thumb is, you can tell. But just the detail, the balance on that, I like that piece. So that's close to a favorite. But I mean, to me, sort of hands down favorite would be this one. Yeah, that was incredible to find right there. All in all, and with that, which is certainly not a little, I just want to thank you all for tuning in to Indian Trace and for all the support. All I can say is I'm going to keep moving forward, and what I hope we can do is just continue to support the North American Indian in their lives and study about it and tell people the real story about what happened with these people and where they're at today. That's my only request, really. And that right there, that's Indian Trace.